Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Trisha Swenson coming to you live from the base of Gondola One here in Vail Village. And you know what? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for that big storm that's supposed to be coming our way. But we're going to let you know all about the weather, what you can expect for your Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday, first day of Lent. Are you giving up something? Let us know about it. We're going to start our show right now. Vail Bay Live coming at you.
Good morning. Yes, happy Wednesday from us here on Vail Valley Live. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, or local channel 17 Outside TV. We are thrilled to start the day with you, and we are a little curious on what's happening with the weather. We thought we would wake up to a bit more snow, but no new snow in the last 24 hours. But don't fret, there is still snow in the forecast, and it should pick up, especially by noon. And we're going to have some pretty decent wind today. We've seen wind the past 3 days, so we've kind of been excited and waiting this storm. But even yesterday, we were surprised with a bluebird day for most of the entire ski day. I wasn't even planning on skiing because I thought it was going to be snowy and gray, and it actually ended up to be blue skies. This was some footage over the weekend that we took, but we've really had a mix of blue skies and gray skies, but we are expecting to see that weather really dive in just later on. So let's take a look and kind of look at the numbers, the totals. And this is all possible by the outlets at Silverthorne. Thanks for sponsoring this weather segment. We're starting things out not too cold. We're going to see a high of 32 today and a low of 8. And yeah, currently it's 19 degrees up on the mountains, currently 27 at the base. So that is pretty balmy weather. We are expecting to see 3 to 5 inches of snow today. So that is fantastic. And 1 to 3 inches overnight. That's all going to really pick up by 11 and especially noon. It's 100% snow. So we'll see that snow hit the ground, and the winds are going to be about 10 to 20 miles per hour today. So that is a bit intense, especially if you're up on the hill and on the chairlifts that can get pretty gusty. So we are in that winter storm advisory. And as we look forward to the next couple days, we're going to see similar temperature, about a high of 27 on Friday, 22 tomorrow, and a low of 8 tomorrow, 12 on Friday. The snow is going to continue overnight. And then we're going to see mainly cloudy tomorrow, a few flurries. Chance of snow is about 40%. And winds will still keep about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then on Friday, we'll see snow showers early, peaks of sunshine later. And that snow percentage is about 50%. And then on Saturday, the sun will be back and a high of 42. So in the next 5 days, we're going to see about 10 inches. Maybe we can squeeze a foot out. And in the next 10 days, we're going to see another 14. So we never know what to really expect with the weather. But 100% chance of snow today. So do keep that in mind. If you're heading up to the hill, I would wear your lighter lens because it's going to be really overcast, and dress appropriately, have some layers. It hasn't been too cold. It really warmed up yesterday. It was just a gorgeous day on the mountain. I have some footage to share with it a little bit later, but let's bring Trisha in and see how it feels out there. Her opening shot was quite gorgeous. So let's bring her in.
Hey, Meredith, I love it when we meet people that watch our show. This is Andy, and he said, hey, are you live? And I said, not yet. He goes, tell us what you told
Well,
us.
I sit in Boston like every day waiting for my trip going, what's going on in Vail, and I'm literally now part of it.
You are
So
part of it. Okay, awesome. Well,
Cool.
how long have you been here?
we arrived on Friday,
Yeah.
and we've been having the best time. We're waiting for the snow though. Like we
I
need it. We need
know.
it.
I think we need to do a snow dance to conjure up
You
these
think so? I don't know. I don't know.
snowshows.
We've been skiing a little with a 15-year-old and 18-year-old, so the
Oh,
knees. I don't know if they're ready for the snow dance.
yeah, we don't need the snow
No,
dance.
the
So,
snow wiggle.
okay, so where have you guys been going?
We have. It's been a buffet
Yeah.
everywhere, everywhere. And I think we're going to try Beaver Creek today.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I was just talking to a man yesterday who was from New York City, and he comes out this time of year every year, and he's like, I just love it. And he's been skiing Vail the last couple of days, and
Yeah,
he was going to
yeah,
try the beef today
yeah.
too.
Just something different.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Is that our vegan option at the buffet? You think?
Yeah,
Or-
that's so. No, you know what? That might be like, the meat portion.
The
We've
meat,
got,
yeah.
do your kids like like bump runs?
They love everything,
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can go bell to bell. You can go ball to ball at
Oh,
the beef.
I'm gonna go back and take my what is it, creatine?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Your
I-
glucosamine.
yeah.
For the
Every
beef.
meme for my ology issues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To keep the joints going and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Do you make it out just once a year?
We come once a year, and let's see, to give a plug to Vail Valley Live, right? I think it was probably 3 years ago. I was like, what's going on out here? What
Yeah.
happens? And I started watching the show. So
Oh,
now instead of doing work when I should be doing work in Boston,
We won't tell your boss.
so I watch it. So it's great. Your enthusiasm's awesome.
Awesome.
So,
We're glad we can kind of help you get the stoke before
This-
you're even here.
absolutely, absolutely. We knew the snow was great, and it's awesome.
I
Yeah.
know.
Now I need to take some of your pointers and go buy my wife some beautiful jewelry
Oh,
and beautiful
yes,
clothing and all that, right?
totally. Yes, 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 yes. That's going to make the trip complete.
For her.
You do a little
Yes.
shopping.
Yes,
Okay, perfect. Where'd you get your coffee today?
Right out of our hotel, we're at Lodge Towers,
Okay,
so we're
oh,
right here.
yeah.
Super easy.
Super easy.
Yeah,
Were you at the Casino for the Mardi Gras party last night?
No, I was I was partying in my bed. I was so tired.
Tired. Well, how long are you staying for?
We leave on Saturday.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to
So
get
3 more days. Yep, we're
Three
gonna
more
get it
days.
done.
Okay, all right, we'll get it done and head over to the Beeve today,
We're gonna
and
do
you
it.
won't be disappointed.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
if you want some bump runs, you go to the Talents Challenge, the Talents area.
Talons.
Talons.
Like as in the.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Chairs 9, 10, and 11.
We're gonna
right,
do it.
Meredith?
We're gonna do it. All right.
Okay, thanks so much for
Thank
saying
you.
hello
Take
today.
care.
Oh, we love when we can meet our viewers in person. So,
Thank
okay,
you.
all right, perfect.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your day. Bye. So that
Love
was
it.
pretty cool, Meredith. I just love it when we meet people like in the flesh.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes we start out the mornings, it's a little quiet, but everyone's always curious what we're doing with these phones and the tripods. We're not just influencers, people. We are just trying to bring you the live shots, and it always does pick up by 8:30 because that's when the lifts open. But it's always fun when they stop us and chat and come on the show because anyone can really find us and come on the show anytime, any day.
Yeah, they definitely can. Hey, you know what? I got to give a shout out to May Lou. She was our winner for Watch and Win. We did that Watch and Win promotion over the weekend for presidents, and she was our caller. We made y'all wait till Monday, but man, she got a great prize package of those handout gloves. I don't know if you checked out those features of those, but the technology, it's really cool. Permaloft insulation with some of the outside TV swag, like the t-shirt and the Hydro Flask cooler cup and the Boost Oxygen. So we'd love to say hello to our winners. I actually dropped it off for her because she wasn't right in the village. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going that way anyway. So I got to meet her. I got to meet her husband. We took a photo. She said she's been a fan of the Valley and our broadcast for a long, long time. When Ken and Ty and I were on that other station and everything. So she knew the drill. So I just love it. And, if anyone wants to be a part of our Vail Valley Live family, you can simply chat on our YouTube or Facebook feature, and that's a good way to stay in touch with, what we're doing, what you're doing. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And, we had Tom and Jane D. Benedetto. They said they met you on the bus on
Yes.
Saturday, and they said Meredith is more pretty in person.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
they're big fans. So that was super cute.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was headed to the Yeti game. I actually went to the Christopher Martin Gallery party, and it was so great. And my friend Michelle, she came with me and she actually won the raffle. She put her name in last minute and she won a $2,000 credit to the Christopher Martin Gallery, which is located right
Wow.
across from the Sun and Alp. Really check it out. It's cool. You go downstairs, these glass stairs, and then there's so many beautiful glass pieces and photography. So that is a cool gallery to check out. We have a lot of cool galleries. But then yeah, we
Yeah.
headed to the Yeti game and we ran into them on the bus. So it's nice to see the viewers and connect with them. But it was really a great weekend, Trisha. I got some footage that I could share because lots of skiing, which was so great. And the conditions really changed day to day. So this was up in Beaver Creek and it was a little bit icy. So when I was skiing, it was like, okay, yes, we definitely need some more snow. But the whole mountain was open and look it was just so gorgeous, perfect blue sky day. And then here was the Christopher Martin Gallery, a little sneak peek. They were serving some wine, which was really nice. And Christopher Martin was actually there in person. He has another gallery in Aspen. So there was quite a few Aspen folks there, but really cool gallery. Like I said, located across from the Sun and Alp. And she was the winner. So it was a winner chicken dinner. We went and got some wings. And then this was the next day. It was totally stormy up at Vail. And then on Monday, yeah, it was a stormy Monday. And then yesterday, Tuesday, we were surprised with a bluebird day. So my mom is in town and we took some turns spontaneously. Weren't even planning on skiing, but it was so gorgeous. We had to soak in the views. This was some shots in the back bowls. You could see the clouds start to roll in and, it got a little bit windier in the afternoon, but man, was it just a gorgeous day. It was so warm and it wasn't that busy, I will say. I think the busiest day of lines and crowds was Sunday, but then it kind of dwindled down. And then I actually made it to the new chair, 17 Sundown Express, for my first time this year. And definitely very cool, whole new vantage point to see High Noon Express, Chair 5 to the right of us, and then really to check out the whole Sundown Bowl. I mean, it was really cool to kind of see that because normally you aren't able to really see the best tree line. Like you can kind of plan out where you want to ski now, but this is footage going up it. Just so gorgeous. So I had to share. I was living the life that we were explaining, like what to do, where to ski. And so I followed our own instructions and it was a great weekend.
Oh, very good. I'm glad your mom was in town too. Welcome back, Case. Thank you for coming back to the Valley. Hey, Meredith, I've got to run because I've got an interview and I got to get to the parking structure right now. So I'm going to
Perfect.
skedaddle. I'm going to let you guys take care of business and we will see you. We're going to be interviewing someone that has climbed the highest peaks throughout the world, the 7 summits. She's already done the South Pole. She's about to do the North Pole, which is called the Explorers Grand Slam. So we'll give you those details in just a few minutes.
Awesome. We'll see you soon, Trisha, and we'll be back with headlines, road reports, and so much more.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And we are going to wow you with some of the fabulous looks that we have to share with you today from J. Crew and Adidas. Let's take a look. Here's Rachel in J. Crew. I love her navy preppy blazer with striped lining, striped pink tee, amazing white jeans, white sneakers, and gorgeous pink ribbon earrings. With her savings card booklet, it'll be $197, saving $316. Here's Enza in J. Crew Kids with her denim jean jacket, her heart filigree tee, sweetheart leggings, heart necklace, and her white slip-on tennis shoes. Whole outfit $101 with her savings card booklet. Wow, Liv, you look amazing in J. Crew sportswear line. From her fabulous striped button top, pink leggings, fleece jacket, pearlized headband, fingerless gloves, and her amazing tennis shoes with the pink and copper colors, all from the internet return. Her outfit, $145 outlet, fabulous. Kate is in Adidas in her pink hoodie, pastel leggings, black tote, and her white and pink running shoes. Her whole outfit would come to $138. Okay, Rachel, you look fabulous in your amazing full-length bubble coat from Guess. You've got your fabulous hoodie with the faux fur, and look at those adorable pearl gold shades. Whole outfit with the shades, $138. Here's Kate in Adidas with this black cropped jacket, $42. It's 40% off of their jackets. Here's Liv. She's in Guess in the most amazing puffer jacket with fleece detailing inside the hood. Love the black belt and the sunglasses. Jacket reduced to $65. And her shades are only $45 from $90. Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And just a reminder, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the outlets at Castle Rock in the food court at customer service and the outlets at Silverthorne at the Colorado Welcome Center. Love is in the air, and so are the discounts that you're going to find in the savings book. See you soon.
February 22nd, let's see what made headlines for today in your Vail Daily. These are free across the valley that you can pick up and stay in the know. And we have an awesome cover photo on today's paper with the Motley Crew celebrating Mardi Gras with Fat Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I was skiing yesterday and I saw a few beads and some outfits, but this crew really was just absolutely outstanding. You can see their big smiles and just the gore range in the background, so much energy. So they were definitely celebrating Fat Tuesday. But taking the big headline, parking outage costs Vail. Nearly 6-hour outage on the town's credit card processor on February 4th results in free parking for all, but an estimated loss of $50,000 in revenue, which is pretty outstanding that they make that in a day. So it was good news for people parking, free day of parking, but it was a big loss for the town of Vail. So you can read a little bit more about this on page A3. And looking at the local and region, avian flu and you, how you can protect and help local bird populations. This is all about different flu viruses that birds take. So pretty interesting. You can read a little bit more about this on Local and Region, A2. And a new concert series coming to the AMP. This was announced yesterday in our inboxes and Instagram. Oh my gosh, this is very exciting. So Vail's inaugural opera at the AMP concerts, April 7th and 8th, to celebrate Vail Mountain's 60th season. Thanks to the funding from the town of Vail and Vail Resorts, a partnership with AEG presents the amphitheater. Doors will open early, the earliest we've seen, in April. And the Vail Valley Foundation, they'll be de-winterizing the AMP And they're going to be featuring electric acts as Polo and Pan, Big Gigantic, and DJ Pee Wee, aka Anderson .Paak. Those are huge names, and we are so excited. They have a lot of other artists and acts as well. So tickets will go on sale February 24th, so in 2 days at 9 a.m. Put this on your calendar because I'm guessing these will sell out. These are absolutely huge artist names, and we're excited about it. So you can read them more for yourself on page A14. And sports and outdoors, Joe D'Amore wins the Vail Mountain Winter Uphill. He won the uphill with a time of 32 minutes and 17 seconds. There was over 100 athletes who ran, skied, or took their split board up to tackle 2,200 vertical feet up the groomed trails to reach Eagle's Nest at the top of the Eagle Bond Gondola in Lion's Head. We did a lot of chatting about this, gearing up for this. This was this past Sunday. So you can see photos from this on Sunday, big smiles. You can read more about this on A22. And you can always submit your photos either using hashtag VailLive on Instagram, or you can email a photo and caption to towntalk@vaildaily.com to see your own photo. We can see the Mountaineers are at the state championships. We're celebrating birthdays and some cat videos and photos. So you can, see all of that in your paper, pick it up across the valley, and you can always see some good deals too. Like right here on the back, Sauce on the Creek, we have Whiskey Wednesdays. Sauce on the Creek is a great Italian restaurant in Avon, and they have 25 off everything off whiskey. So maybe you're a whiskey lover. You can always pick up and see the deals for yourself. But let's talk about the roads. Really kind of an easy commute this morning. The roads have been nice and clear the past couple days, but we will expect to see the road speeds really slow down as we get that snow around noon today. So make sure you have the right snow tires and you're geared up to get to point A to point B. A-okay. You can always visit the Colorado Department of Transportation, and you can see the live road cams, get the travel alerts, and just, stay in the know if the Vail Pass is going to be closed. During winter storm advisories, we do often see those passes close. So this is absolutely a great resource to read on how you can protect yourself or see the travel cams and the alerts. So this is codod.gov. All right. Well, we have a live interview with Megan, and this is really exciting. She is absolutely an outstanding climber. She has climbed so many peaks. Trisha's with her live right now, and we are going to hear her story and what's on her horizon.
That's right, Meredith. I think the last time we caught up with Megan, that was right here in Vail Village.
It was.
You were about to go do
I was actually, I was about to go to Kosciuszko to finish my 7th summit.
Yes. So Megan has climbed all 7 of the highest peaks in the world, and she's not going to stop there. You are doing the Explorers Grand Slam, which not only is the 7 highest peaks, but also the North and South Poles. You've already done the South Pole.
Yes.
You're going to embark on the North Pole this spring.
Yes.
So you're not done yet.
So close. But so the Explorers Grand Slam is the highest peak on every continent. And so I finished that with the lowest one in Australia just in December, and then went right back into training. And so now I'm preparing to do the last degree ski to the North Pole, which is literally from latitude 89 degrees to 90 degrees. It's about 70 miles, so it's 60 nautical miles. So we are on kind of cross-country skiing across, pulling about a 70, 80-pound sled behind us.
Because you have to have everything. You're self-supported.
Everything. We're self-supported. and it is non-stop work for 7 to 10 days, running from polar bears. It's going to be really interesting to see how the climate change has also changed the North Pole and how much ice versus water there's going to be. There hasn't been really a last degree ski since 2018, so there's a lot of unknowns, which makes it very exciting for me.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the highest peak that you did, because you went from Everest and then you did Kosciuszko, which is the lowest peak in the 7. But what was Everest like? I mean, many people hear about it, maybe dream about it, but never actually get to be on literally the top of the world.
Yeah. And I used to ask this to people who had climbed before I had climbed. Everyone just little looked like, how do I explain this? And now I know exactly why they feel like that. Because by the time you've done all the work to really earn that right and that skill to be on top of that mountain, by the time you're actually there, it's kind of like, well, I just did my job.
Yeah.
And so it is at that moment anticlimactic, because you're also like, I have so far to go down, and there's all these people trying to come up. So you're like, picture is great, let's get back down. But honestly, it does take several months to really process and be like, I did that. I think as human beings, when we're so focused on something, we just look at the last step we took as a measure of our success. We forget where we started. And I had to have process from where I started, from this broken femur in Vail to being at the top of the world. And then I was finally like, okay, that was awesome.
I did it. And and that's the thing, is she did have this broken femur on Vail Mountain, was put back together again. And so it's amazing that you're able to do these climbs and do all of them. I mean, not just one.
Yeah.
And then Kosciuszko. So this is in Australia.
Yes.
And it's you said it's kind of like, it's not as hard as Everest.
But it is an adorable ski town called Thredbo.
Yes.
And it's literally a ski resort. So you could take a lift a good way up and then hike. But of course, my friend and I, we hiked from the bottom.
Yeah.
So we made it as hard as possible. But we did a 12-mile loop. And it was actually supposed to be in the summer, but it ended up being a snowstorm. But that's fine. We were prepared.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I had the best bowl of pumpkin soup in my life. But to me, that was so rewarding, just sitting there that was my 7th summit. And that was such a big milestone for this long, 10-year long adventure that I'm on, to be able to say, done.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to focus on the North Pole.
Yeah, so you've already done the South Pole.
Yes.
And so what was that like?
South Pole in Antarctica is really amazing. What a lot of people don't know is it's actually, the South Pole's at about 9,000 feet.
Okay.
So luckily, being here in elevation, I was good to go. But the South Pole is pretty flat, but you're just, gradual incline to that point. The North Pole is very, very different. It is ice over water, but you have all these pressure ridges possibilities. You could have open water. You, again, do have the risk of polar bear, and it is much more humid. So you've got to be very different layering systems. So I've been trying a lot of stuff out. Just went to a course with the guide Eric Larson out of Crested Butte, who's absolutely phenomenal. One of the best polar explorers in the world, going with him. And so it is just, you would think, I have all the gear. No, you don't. Oh,
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about gear in just a moment. But what we're going to do right now is just kind of talk about, there's another reason why you're doing this. You have your foundation, grit. And this is something that you'll probably be able to focus on a little more once you stop climbing and trying to get to every pole and in the world and everything. So tell us about grit.
So my accident here in Vail Valley was a big catalyst for me really doing these mountains. But to get through the accident that I had, I realized my determination and my positivity was not normal, because it was pointed out by others. And where did this grit come from that I had? I was able to trace it back to, I was diagnosed with dyslexia and learning disability when I was very young. And I was lucky to be diagnosed, and I had very supportive parents. And even with that, I felt so much shame and embarrassment, and my whole life, it was such a huge struggle to feel good enough. And I was determined to become an engineer, and I was told over and over again, you won't, you can't, you're not smart enough. And I fought tooth and nail and got my degree in aerospace engineering. And
Yes,
So
she really is a rocket scientist, everybody.
I'm going to start the Vail aerospace program.
Yeah.
Luckily I work remote. That is where it all started. Then being a female in engineering. Then when I had this accident, it was just another thing of, okay, they've given me a diagnosis. I'm not taking that. We're going to work through this. And so grit, which is 2 G's, which is kind of funny because I'm dyslexic, so I know. Okay, so it's gratitude, growth, resilience, integrity, and tenacity. And to me, those are the 5 attributes that will get you through any challenge. And you can learn those. Those are a daily practice, but you have to do the work. And so just like training for any mountain, you have to train your mind to believe in yourself and to keep pushing through even when you don't. And to believe in yourself when no one else will. And I love to teach others those tools, especially kids who maybe didn't have the support system I had. And you don't have to climb Everest to find that within yourself, but it's whatever goal you have. And every day you can use those tools to make your life better and reach your full potential.
Okay, perfect. I love that you're doing that. I can't wait to see what you do with that. All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to check in with Danica Carey. She is with Cirrus Gloves. And we're going to find out something that, all the work that goes into getting ready for the North Pole and the team that's helping put this together. So stay with us.
So inspirational to hear from you, and we'll hear a little bit more, so stay with us. But we have some of the best care here in the Valley, and we were able to catch up with Dr. Beam, and she's actually located over in Crested Butte, but she's with the Vail Summit Orthopedics, and she had a lot to share. So let's learn a little more with her.
You're watching Ask the Doctor with VSON Alpine, and joining us now, we have Dr. Beam, who's coming in from Crested Butte this morning, and we're so excited to have you with us. And you've built a quite successful practice down in Southwest Colorado. So like you mentioned, you've got Crested Butte, Gunnison, Telluride, and there's lots of injuries. And why don't we get to the questions? We've got our little boot here with some questions from some actual real life people with real questions.
Fabulous.
So we'll start out with this one. How do I keep from tearing my ACL this winter?
That's an excellent question. So number one, you want to have good equipment that fits properly. So you want to make sure that your bindings are properly fitted to your height, your weight, and your skiing abilities. That's a big one. Number two, lessons are really important. And even if you're a great skier, if you learn how to fall properly, that's going to reduce your risk of ACL injury. Also, when you're starting to ski, warm up 3 to 5 minutes, run in place or do some jumping jacks if you don't care about looking goofy, and then do 1 or 2 runs that are kind of easy. Don't just jump into the back and do crazy stuff right away. So that's really important.
Okay, good advice. And you know what? One of our questions is about ski conditioning. It's how important is ski conditioning really? Like, can we just go off the couch here? And like, what sort of things can we do to mimic what we're going to experience on the slopes?
A lot of these injuries can be prevented if you're fit and if you strengthen the right muscles, you have the right flexibility, you have good core strength, you have good cardio. All these things can reduce your risk of injury.
I hear breaking your wrist is a common injury for snowboarders. What are some tips to avoid this injury?
Yeah, I'm so glad that question came up because I'm preaching all the time to the snowboarders. Wear wrist guards, wear wrist guards. And the literature has proven this. It shows that it can reduce risk of injury by 10-fold.
All right, I think this is our last question here. Okay, so this person is saying, I fell and hurt my knee. A week later, it's still painful. When should I see a doctor?
So if it's still painful a week later, see a doctor. However, if the day you injured it, you had a twist, for instance, you had a twisting fall, you felt or heard a pop, and your knee swelled within an hour or two, don't wait a week. See a doctor right away. Okay, because 70% of the time with that scenario, you just popped your ACL.
Your patients thank you, your future patients thank you, and it sounds like you've got a great set of practices down there. And if we make it down there, maybe on the Epic Pass, head down to Crested Butte, a little pony ride. We know we'll be in good hands if we need your services.
Well, thank you. Hopefully you won't. Follow my recommendations and you won't, okay?
Yes, yeah, perfect.
So,
okay. All right, well, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes.
That's Dr. Beam with VSON Alpine. Hey Meredith, you got to check these out. I've got the heated gloves from Cirrus Innovation. We're talking ways to stay warm when you're going to the North Pole. Not that you're actually going, but you might need this technology right out on Vail Mountain as well. We're going to continue our discussion with Megan Buchanan, who has already climbed the 7 summits, has gone to the South Pole, is going to go to the North Pole later this spring. But here Cirrus Innovation, and we've known your product for a long time, whether it's the gloves, the ways to stay warm. How long has the company been around?
So we've been making cold weather gear for about 40 years now. It started with the Cat Track, which our founder invented in '79. And we were under the name Winter Mountain at that time. And now in '84, we joined together with the person who brought to the market the mask, Cirrus ever since, and just have been innovating products year over year over year.
I know. I would see here at the SIA trade show and get the latest in technology, but you're someone that actually needs this technology. You're relying on products to help keep you warm, comfortable, dry without doing these exhibitions.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And that's why a lot of times so much of our training is actually just trying out gear and figuring out and going through simulations to make sure, because out actually in that kind of weather is not where you want to figure out something doesn't work. And especially for me right now, I did get frostbite when I was in Antarctica, and so my fingers are constantly a concern for me. They are more susceptible to damage, and so I have to really be careful.
Yeah. Yes, so you're wearing the Cirrus liners.
Yes, so I love these. And Danica and I just actually met in Minnesota doing a 5-day training polar excursion. And so Eric Larson, who is my guide, recommends these liners. I got them, and I did not leave these liners. I keep them on even in the tent. The thing that I love the best is the screen touch capability, because of course we do want to capture the moments that we have, and taking your hand out to do that is it's horrible. That's probably how I got frostbite in the first place. So being able to use it, screen touch, is amazing, and they're fabulous colors.
Perfect. Well, you know what? I think it's pretty amazing that you took it one extra mile. You didn't just hang on the phone like, oh, you need some cold weather equipment. You're going to Minnesota to train. I mean, they went to the northwest angle, people. I don't know. This is Lake of the Woods. Yeah. This is. Look at the pictures. It looks like you're already at the North Pole, but you actually went there. So I think it's so cool that you know the product, you know the people using it, and you can take that research back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I mean, we're so grateful to be able to work with Eric Larson, because, like Megan said, he's a phenomenal guide that's been doing this for so long, and it's so much more about how you're operating the gear, how you're learning yourself, and how you interact in those environments, because that's a huge portion of it, is the education around not only what you need, but how you use it, when you use it, when to layer up and layer down. Is it's survival out there, it's here it's like comfort and warmth, but out there it's survival.
Yeah, and you guys you're practicing with the sleds, because you've got 70, 80 pounds on those sleds. You're going to be self-supported as you trek those 70 miles to the North Pole.
Yes.
So your gear's got to work out right. I mean, you look I can't believe this is Minnesota. I grew up here, but
and there's no running back to your car to get your other pair of gloves. You can't helicopter them in. It's everything you need has got to be in that slide. And you've got to know when to layer to keep your body regulated, your temperature regulated, so that you do not run into issues.
Okay. Now, so tell me about these. Like, I don't have to go to the North Pole to use these.
And don't take those to the North Pole.
Don't take these to the North Pole. Okay, so these are your heated gloves. So these are for, Vail Mountain, anywhere, any ski area, USA, Europe. And I love the little touch button here. Your battery pack just on site.
Yep. Somewhere that you can recharge at least within a day or two. So the batteries are built into the cuff. We have a few different models, but mostly all of our heated gloves. We have 3 heat settings, and it'll be different ranges from our 2 different batteries of how long they last on high. But our highest battery lasts for 4 hours on high, 8 hours on medium, and 12 hours on low, so that our Heat Touch Hellfire, it's truly all-day heat. To stay actually warm and cozy. And we have a number of people that have contacted us with rainouts, and they're like, this is finally our solution. We have a way to actually be able to stay out longer, and so it feels really good to bring things to market that help people.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, perfect. And one more thing, let's take a look at these gloves. So this is
these are Magnaments.
Okay, so what are these? What's the feature of these?
So this is our heat wave technology, which is reflective and kinetic heat. And what I love about these is, like Megan was saying, you never want to take your hands all the way out if it's too cold out. So these have a built-in liner in it. These are our heat wave built-in liners. And it's a magnet coater.
It's a magnet.
So it's just quick in and out.
It's like
it's so easy.
Meredith has a neck gaiter that it's a magnet to the thing.
Yeah.
So that's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Magnaments.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, we've got a lot of different cool things you can take a look at, and we love the technology here. So, ladies, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. And you go to the North Pole when?
So I leave on March 31st, and I believe I'm actually on the ice between April 5th and 15th, and you can follow all my adventures on the Instas, GGRIT, and then hopefully we'll be talking remote. I'm very excited. Yeah.
I told her she's going to fly through Norway first before she goes, and I said, hey man, we should just get you on live before you go, and then when you're done, you chime in, so we'll make it happen.
Explorers Grand Slam, extremely excited. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for coming on today. So fun. The Magnamint, the heated gloves, you might need these out on the slopes today, or the liners. All right. Thanks, girls, for coming in today.
Yeah. Thank you.
We love hearing about the newest technology. It's always the talk of town. What's the hottest gear? So such a cool thing to learn about that. And best of luck to you, Megan, on your adventures. We're all impressed. We're going to take a quick break, but we have a lot more coming at you, so stay with us.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for, But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
Right now, we're going to let you know about a wonderful performance that's coming to the Villar Performing Arts Center in Beaver Creek on February 23rd. It is Our Planet live in concert. And on the show right now, we're going to bring in award-winning composer Stephen Price, who's calling in all the way from across the pond, London. Good afternoon, I guess. It's afternoon over there, right?
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever we are. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, Stephen, thanks so much for taking the time today to join us. And we're so excited to have this production coming to our area, the Vail Valley. This is going to be just quite a hot ticket in town. But let's talk a little bit about, first, I want to get your background. What inspired you to get into composing music?
I think, sadly, it's the only thing I've ever kind of done. I mean, when I was a kid, I liked two things. I liked to write stories, and I liked to play music. There were always instruments around the house where I was growing up. And it's kind of what I do now. I just tell stories with music, really. So I think my development stopped very young.
And after you wrote your Emmy-nominated score for the Netflix 2019 documentary series, Our Planet, did you ever envision that it was going to get to be this big and something that was touring on its own? It's almost like it's got a life of its own.
It really is. And when we were recording the show, we would record every month. We'd record at Abbey Road Studios in London. We'd record one of the films. There are 8 films in the series. And I remember on about the second one, just someone saying, God, it'd be good to hear this live one day, wouldn't it, in a room? And I thought, oh, absolutely would. And yeah, never dreamt it would actually happen. But we've worked on it ever since, basically. And so completely excited that it's coming. Yeah. To America.
Okay, Our Planet Live, you have 18 orchestra members on the stage. Explain to the viewers how this unfolds on stage in a live performance.
Well, really, you're going to get a very unique show. We didn't want to do just here's a load of clips from the TV show. So we went back to the originals. We've made something that's a standalone 2-hour experience, really. And you get shown some of the wonders around the planet. You get shown the glorious sights, the amazing animals, the amazing views that you get in all these different things, the Arctic, the jungle, wherever it may be. And then you get to see how they're all interconnected. But you see kind of how the planet's in a bit of trouble in places as well, and we show you some of that stuff. And you've got a huge screen showing this amazing footage with the musicians in front of you, combined with some of the things I made in my studio, and it all plays together. So David Attenborough talks you through. We have William Shatner hosting the show on screen. So I think that the evening is this experience where you go from the joy of seeing the planet, the sadness of what we're doing to the planet, but then hopefully we send you away with a lot of optimism about some of the things that can be done to make things better and the clever people working on it.
Now, of the 8 episodes, which did you find the most daunting to score? Like, do you watch all the footage first and then be
yeah. I mean, they show me everything. I was lucky on this show to see footage about 2 years before I even had to write for the thing. They were getting, camera crews were sending them footage all around the world, and these camera crews are out there for 4 or 5 years at a time. So incredible amount, and then brilliant people edit it together to make these perfect little stories. And then I sit there and watch them, and they all have their challenges, and they all kind of sound different. The Arctic was full of these big, expansive melodies, where something like the jungle is tiny little creatures sort of doing tiny little movements, and you follow them with the music and tell the stories. So they all have their challenges, and you all kind of love them in different ways. Jungles I always found really challenging because, there were so many notes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's always good fun.
Yeah, and it must be fun to think about, okay, I'm going to use this instrument sound to go with this little creature, or like this instrument sound to go with this big, like, hippopotamus or something. It's probably endless, the ideas.
Absolutely, and every sequence is kind of a movie on its own. Every day is a totally different day. I go to the studio, and today I'm dealing with something that's just feels quite electronic, but the next day I'll be dealing with something which was a solo instrument and very, very intimate and beautiful, and a small little moment between a mother and a child, really. Yeah. So there's so many moments in there that music was really allowed to sail, and we've got all of them in the show.
Well, how has our planet changed your perspective on our planet?
I guess I learned a lot through the whole process of it. I mean, the big thing for me is everything is connected. You know, I think it's really easy for us to sit in our homes and think it doesn't matter what happens in the Arctic, or what we do doesn't have an effect on the people in the jungle or whatever, but everything is connected to everything else. And the show really concentrates on that and shows you how everything is interrelated and how we can all make a difference as well. And I think that was one of the biggest things I learned, is that everything we do counts. You know, we're all in it together.
Yeah, and we have the World Wildlife Fund. They're involved with this as well. So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, WWF were always involved in the show from the get-go. So they've been involved. We wanted it to be completely scientifically accurate, this show, so that everything that we say about the state of the world is absolutely researched and the science is proven. And obviously WWF doing an awful lot of work in educating people and in that world, and they're doing an awful lot of work to try and find the solutions. So yeah, we make a donation from every single show to WWF. So anyone who buys a ticket is contributing to the cause and hopefully, helping to find the solutions.
Yeah, perfect. And what do you hope people walk away from after seeing this? This is so wonderful that we have this touring so close to our home right here in Colorado.
I hope that people just have an amazing journey with it. We take you all around the planet. We immerse you in this thing. You've got the huge screen. It's one thing watching a Netflix show on your phone or a TV, but you're going to be in the middle of this, and the lights are all surrounding you. You're going to feel like you're in the jungle. You're going to feel like you're in the Arctic, and you're going to feel some of these amazing stories that we put there. Hopefully, we send you away with some optimism. I think it's really easy to be very depressed about the state of the planet. When the news hits you in lots of ways, but we hopefully show a lot of great things are happening, and there's a lot of hope, and a lot of very clever people doing very brilliant things to try and help us. And I think we can all support and be a part of that.
This would be fun. Have you been to Colorado before?
Never been. Sort of heard wonderful things though. So yeah, very excited that the show's going.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll enjoy. I mean, you've seen some beautiful scenery from around the world, so hopefully you'll still be impressed by the Rocky Mountains.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today, Stephen. And we can see this show. It is going to be February 23rd at the Vail Performing Arts Center. You can get tickets. There's a special student rate. There's even a 4-pack discounted rate. So go to vailpac.org for more information. Well, Stephen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Let's take a look at that weather, because we have a storm on the horizon, but it hasn't quite started snowing. We have a decent high and low for today. We're going to start out pretty balmy today, 27 degrees. We'll see a high of 32, low of 8. We are expecting about 3 to 5 inches of daytime snow, and it'll pick up as we get into the afternoon. The winds will be 15 to 25 miles per hour. So if you're skiing, do keep that in mind. It could get a little bit gusty, especially on those chairlifts closer to the top of the mountain. 100% chance of snow. So people expect to see snow, whether you're going for your drive on the roads or if you're going skiing. And the winds could even gust up occasionally over 40 miles per hour. And as we get to tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 22, so a little bit colder, low of 8. Mainly cloudy, a few flurries or snow showers is possible. And we're going to see winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then Friday, snow showers early, peaks of sunshine later in the day, high of 27, low of 12, chance of snow 50%. We might see about an inch of snow. And then as we get to Saturday, temperatures rise as the sun comes out, about 37, maybe even feeling like the low 40s, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at those snow totals, no new snow in the last 24 hours, but we are expecting to see 10 new inches in the next 5 days. Maybe we can even squeeze out a foot. Being optimistic here, 6 to 10 days, we'll see about 11 to 14 inches, both on Vail and Beaver Creek. So snow is on the horizon. I did hear Utah just got over 2 feet of snow, so we're not quite there, but We are staying optimistic. Thank you to the Grand Hyatt Vail for sponsoring this weather segment. It's pretty gorgeous. The last couple days have been either blue skies or snowy, so it's kind of been a little bit a mixed bag of weather, but we do need that snow on the mountain. I've been skiing the past couple days, and it's sometimes icy patches because we have been having those cold temperatures. Yesterday it really it warmed up, so the snow kind of warmed up as well, and you were able to just kind of carve through, and it was a bit softer. So we're excited for a little bit more snow. But let's bring things back outside with Trisha and chat a little bit more on what we can expect coming up this weekend.
Wow, Meredith, it's so balmy out here. It's just really weird to have temperatures so much above zero today. But you know what? We're really hoping that we can get some of that new snow coming through, because that would be a perfect scenario for the Talents Challenge. That's going on this weekend. So that could be something great, just to have a little more snow, a little more forgiving in the bumps and everything. So that's a big thing going on. Hey, another thing going on this weekend, we have the Vail Legacy Days. And this is something that's been kind of celebrated during this time for many, many years on Vail Mountain, bringing in actual members of the 10th. A lot of them have passed on. So now we have many descendants of the 10th and friends of the 10th Mountain Division. This is the Winter Warfare Unit that trained just south of Camp Hale. So they're going to be here. They're going to Ski Cooper, they're going to Copper Mountain, they're going to Breckenridge, and they're going to make Vail as one of their stops as well. So on Saturday at 11 a.m., there's going to be a ski down Riva Ridge, and this will be the 78th anniversary of the Battle of Riva Ridge. That is where Riva Ridge got its name. It was a ridge in the Apennine Mountains over in Italy. They were fighting the war in World War II against the Nazi Gothic line. And so they're going to have current members of the 10th Mountain Division that will be going down this 4-mile run, the longest run on Vail Mountain. So if you want to be a part of that, you can definitely do so. Then on Sunday at 12 noon, a chair to Avanti Express, they're going to have a Black Hawk helicopter land and then be on display, so you can explore and check it out, take your photos and everything. I know that Cameron, our very own Cameron, was there last year. Do you remember when he was getting the footage of it? Wear your goggles, because like those blades blow around that snow like crazy. I think his gloves went flying off down the hill. But that is going to be a sight to see. And then on Sunday night at 6 p.m., the Legacy Parade will be going on. And that is something that really pays homage to our history, especially looking back 60 years to where Vail began. It began well before that with Pete Seibert and Earl Eaton discovering these trails and why Vail would make such a perfect sense to be a ski area.
Yeah, this is such a part of our history. And this year we're celebrating 60 years. So we're really seeing a lot of different ways on how we're celebrating the history and the heritage of Vail. And this is a big part. So this really brings a lot of energy to the streets of Vail, a lot of cool things at the Colorado Snow Sports Museum that you can check out, learn the history of. And this is the last parade that's going to go on this winter. We saw one in December and January. So do make sure to put this on the calendar, because it is so cool to see everyone dressed up in the outfits and to hear the stories. So this is going to be really cool this weekend.
Yeah, it should be. Definitely check it out. If you haven't seen this parade, it really is pretty heartwarming. And I know that the Colorado Snow Sports Museum stays open later when they have those parades. So that'll be another place to go for a great resource on this anniversary weekend of, just fighting for our freedoms and that generation that did so much for us, and really for the snow sports industry as we know it today.
Absolutely. The skiing technology has very much advanced since they were skiing down those peaks. So we can be grateful for that. And I'm sure everyone who's doing the Talents Challenge over in Beaver Creek this weekend will be thankful for their skis or their snowboards. But everyone is welcome. Just make sure you are prepared for this, because like the name, Talents Challenge, it is absolutely a challenge. And we actually had a chance to catch up with Rachel Levitsky, who's over at Beaver Creek, and she was chatting all about the Talents Challenge. So let's have her share a little bit more and what you can expect.
It's almost time for the Talents Challenge, and that is skiing 14 of the most difficult black diamond and double black diamond runs at Beaver Creek. Here to tell us more, we have Rachel Vitsky, and she is with Beaver Creek. And Rachel, this has been going on for a couple of decades now, a long time.
Long time. Lots of pride at stake for all of our challenge participants. 26,000 vertical feet is not something you do often, and all 14 black and double black diamond runs on Larkspur, Grouse Mountain, and Birds of Prey lifts. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be hopefully just this sunny. We're excited.
Well, you know what? I think there's some snow in the forecast, so those bumps may be a little bit more forgiving, but this terrain, this is some of the steepest in Eagle County.
Yes, some of the steepest in Eagle County. Opportunity to ski the Birds of Prey World Cup race course, things like Golden Eagle, the steepest terrain on our mountain. Tons of challenges for everyone.
Okay, so Saturday and Sunday, what we're talking about, sounds like Saturday is already sold out. This is a very popular event, and you can do it on your skis, you can do it on your snowboard, your telemark skis. Some people do it twice.
Yes, so Saturday or Sunday, or choose both. Right now, Sunday is the only thing we have availability for. We've got wait lists for the other days, but yeah, if you are looking for a spot, sign up quickly. And if not, there's still plenty to do and experience and have fun with. We've got a village party that's new this year, after party in the village, music, fun. Our award ceremonies will be in the village this year, so definitely going to be an exciting time, even if you aren't participating in the full challenge.
Okay, and they want to remind you to bring your phones this year, because that's how they're going to track. You're going to have a QR code to track all 14.
Yes, so we have a new app this year to track the completion of all 14 runs, so you're definitely going to want to bring your phone. We'll have chargers up at Talon's restaurant, of course, but a little battery pack never hurts either. But yes, your phone is your ticket for this event. Definitely don't forget that.
Okay, and when you complete this challenge, of course you got the bragging rights, but a few coveted items. I know that Talents Challenge patch.
Pick up your swag bag before the event and do your registration then. And then afterwards, after you can show you've completed all 14 runs, you'll come back and get your backpack and your patch and those coveted really fancy swag items. So definitely gonna wanna make sure you plan for that.
Yeah, Helly Hansen presenting this whole event, so that's gonna be a nice backpack for everybody too.
Absolutely. Big thank you to Helly Hansen presenting the event, as well as our music sponsor, Michelob Ultra, and then supporting sponsors Gatorade and Nature Valley.
Okay, all right, it's gonna fuel you up with a little bit of food and drink and everything. And then speaking of food and drink, we do have a meal for you up at Talons and a drink to go with that.
Absolutely. Great lunch out at the Talons deck, our outdoor kitchen out there. So you'll have lunch there and then come back down into the village once you're done for that after party.
Okay, and then the after party, like we mentioned, it's going to be here in the village. So Sunday, that's going to be your ticket to get out there. Go to beavercreek.com. It's one of your signature events.
Exactly.
It'll bring you to the Eventbrite page. Get set up and get ready for this challenge this weekend.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're and visiting outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
It's just a little past 8:30, which means the lifts are now open both at Vail and Beaver Creek, and it should be a nice day to get out, but do keep in mind that it might be a little bit windy as we are expecting the storm to roll in. But let's bring Trisha back in to wrap up this show. So much information on today's show with events coming up, with inspirational people. I mean, thanks for getting our visitors on today. We had so much to talk about today.
I know. I mean, we're going over the 1 hour because it was chock full of info. Yeah, so fun to have our viewer that was watching from Boston actually applying the information that we give them before they get here. So great to catch up with Megan Buchanan, who we've interviewed a couple times before her Everest trek, before her Kosciuszko trek, learning more about her grit, motivational speaking, and then those heated gloves, Meredith. I think they have yours and my name
Oh, yeah.
all over it. So we might have to get a pair of those. But yeah, lots of fun. And, I'm starting to see the clouds build more. I have blue sky, kind of it. Well, there's still a little bit of it. I think this storm is going to get more organized and we'll see some actual snow later on this morning. So don't be thinking, oh, it's another bluebird day like it was yesterday. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's not. We definitely did not expect that blue sky day. We thought the snow was going to kind of start from Sunday all the way through the week, but there was only a few flurries here and there. Monday was pretty snowy, but yeah, we were surprised with the bluebird day yesterday, but do expect that overcast weather to be here and that snow to come around noon today.
Yeah, and you know what? I even wore my special hat because I thought, oh wow, what if it really starts to snow? And then like I'm gonna be all like hunkered down, like the wind is blowing and everything. So I was prepared for it, but I didn't end up needing it. So
Well, you're
I'll
looking
just have to.
very fashionable today.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Well, see if that's at least if we're not prepared, at least we can be prepared fashion wise. See, you can see right behind me. See that little patch of blue? And that's just kind of what's going on. But out to the west, I do see the clouds starting to solidify more. A few light flakes, so it's on its way.
It's on
We're the
its
light
way.
lens today.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're right in the middle of the week. We'll have an exciting weekend ahead, but what's also ahead is more Vail Valley Live. We're here every single day, every morning, 7:30 to 8:30. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, or Outside TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like us so you can get the alerts nice and easy to your phones. Turn us on and start your day. If you were just watching with us, thanks for starting your day with us. We appreciate it so much, and we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks so much, Trisha, for all your interviews, and we'll be back tomorrow.